The early church in Jerusalem was unlike anything the world had seen. Thousands of new believers gathered daily, praying, sharing meals, listening to the apostles teach. A spirit of unity filled the community. People sold land and possessions, giving the proceeds to support anyone in need. One man named Barnabas sold a field and laid the entire amount at the apostles' feet. His generosity inspired many. The church was growing in love, trust, and transparency. But not everyone's heart was aligned with that spirit. Ananias and his wife Sapphira owned a piece of property. They decided to sell it, just as others had done. But as they looked at the money in their hands, a quiet temptation crept in. They wanted the reputation of generosity, the sacrifice of generosity. So they made a plan. They would give part of the money to the apostles. They would keep the rest for themselves. But they would pretend they were giving the full amount. It wasn't the amount that mattered. No one required them to give anything. It was the deception, the desire to appear more righteous than they were. Sapphira agreed to the plan. Ananias carried the money to the apostles. The room was quiet as Ananias approached Peter, placing the money at his feet. He smiled, expecting praise. But Peter's expression changed. A heaviness filled the air. "Peter, Ananias, why has Satan filled your heart to lie to the Holy Spirit? You have not lied to men, but to God." Ananias froze. His breath caught. The room felt suddenly cold. Peter continued. "Peter, before you sold the land, it was yours. After you sold it, the money was yours. Why pretend? Why deceive?" The truth pierced the room like a blade, not violent, but undeniable. Ananias collapsed. His life ended in an instant. The young men of the church carried him out and buried him. A great fear fell on everyone who heard. 3 hours later, Sapphira entered the room, unaware of what had happened. She walked confidently, expecting to share in her husband's praise. Peter looked at her with sorrow. "Peter, tell me, Sapphira, is this the full amount you received for the land?" She hesitated only a moment. "Sapphira, yes, that is the full amount." Peter closed his eyes briefly, as if grieving the answer. "Peter, how could you agree together to test the Spirit of the Lord? The men who buried your husband are at the door, and they will carry you out as well." Sapphira collapsed. The same young men entered, found her lifeless, and buried her beside her husband. News spread quickly. The entire community trembled, not out of terror, but out of reverence. They realized God saw the heart, not the performance. The church was not a place for manipulation or self-promotion. Holiness was not a show, it was a calling. The fear of the Lord settled deeply on the believers, shaping the integrity of the early church. This story is not about money, it is about truth, integrity, and the seriousness of spiritual hypocrisy.